today. We're gonna have to postpone our episode. I do apologize for that. But there's network glitches where our host will be Kgosigadi, right? So she's not too confident that her network is very strong. But Dumelang, did I greet? Dumelang Sanbonani, greetings over the diaspora to those that don't speak the languages that we speak. But yeah, we'll just use this to do 5 minutes of our intro, but we're gonna expand more on Wednesday at 6 p.m. South African time, right? So Kgosigadi will be back in a stronger region, network, because this is our final and our 12th season of the year. So very, very important time that we're going into, a very, very sacred time that we're going into. And I feel weird speaking English. But anyway, because this was our Botswana episode today. But same link, I'm not changing the link. We're just going to postpone it to Wednesday at 6 p.m. But it will be announced. You'll see it's going to be shifted to 6 p.m. So no link changing. And then most importantly, because this is our final fast for the year, very, very sacred time for us. So if you'll be joining us on our nude fast, I will share in the description box again as well. Where do you find the WhatsApp group, right? But if you have been in the group last year and you can't enter, please just send a message on the WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp number, I'll also share our WhatsApp number. So we'll be fasting between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. At 6 a.m., we do our first mpahlo of the day. At 6 p.m., we do our gratitude mpahlo at the end of the day. So please, if you'd like to join us while we're preparing for the new year, because as mentioned, this is a very sacred time. And I know we've been speaking hibernation, but this is now that final cake where we need to put in that final effort. So all these things that you've been brewing while you are in hibernation time, we are preparing them, we are laying them down, because we know that the season of Nut is the Alpha and Omega. It is the beginning as well as the end, right? So we're going to touch on the things that align us with the season, but can I just finish the announcements quickly? So thank you for those who have secured their tickets for the event. Our event is happening on the 27th of September. So just after the new year, right? So the first weekend, the new year. 27th of September, it's going to be in Jericho, which is in the northwest. So please do plan ahead. To those who want to go, please reserve your ticket and reserve it for if you're bringing a child. If not, if you're coming on your own, that is fine as well. We also still have our crowdfunding, the link as well. I'll share everything in the description box here. So please secure your tickets for yoga, mommy and me. We have the Black God who's going to be our speaker there. We have Dr. Matole Motshekga. Some of you guys know him from the political space. Some of you know him from the conscious space, the woke space, or from the Kara Institute. We're going to have Mama T from Ebukosini Solutions. We also going to have, who am I missing? There's somebody else that I'm missing. Yes, we're going to have Kgosigadi. Kgosigadi is going to be running the program for us. So please secure your tickets. We will be posting their posters just to remind us. Leave the link where to RSVP and to get your tickets. And then, what's the next part that I'm forgetting? Okay, so also if you want to contribute, if you can't make it, but you'd like to contribute to further events that we'll be hosting, please, we have the crowdfunding for that. But for now, yes, we closed the Ma'at season. And remember that we are just systemizing nature, but nature's not as rigid as us, right? So to those who have seen that the 3 stars have already made their appearances, ne? And we know Hore Basotho with their lunar calendar, and also we're going to touch a little bit on the lunar calendar. Basotho went into their new year, but systematically organized, because Lebona tlamele batsamaye with what the cosmos are saying. But for that unity and something that they do year in, year out, right? Until we get to a point where we are independently moving now. Now we're not creating systems to nature, right? Because we still want to create that resonance. But for the content that we do, for consistency's sake, we say that KD 23 to D 23, right? So that is why today we're supposed to be covering our episode Janut, but we will be moving, to those who've just joined us, we're going to be moving it to Wednesday evening at 6 p.m., right? So that we don't have glitches network. So please do join us. Please, if you have questions, even if you have questions from this session that I am mentioning now. But yes, in preparation for the mpahlo, I spoke that we're going to be fasting between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So best diet for this period, right? Because now we're entering the final stage of our hibernation where we're working in the cosmic realm. We were working in the hot space from the Ma'at season, but specifically things that have to do with Lishola Moya, Moya, right? Things of the sanguine spirit. But anyway, yeah, so diet that is gonna be important for the season, right? So if you can go raw, that'd be super amazing. So after 6 p.m. when we breakfast or before 6 a.m., I don't know if people eat in the morning or in the rising, correcting spell words. But if you eat, make sure that you are done by 6 a.m. And then after 6 p.m. when you're breaking fast. So raw vegan would be absolutely amazing. But if you cannot, vegan is great. If you absolutely cannot, vegetarian, right? So please, we're staying away from meat. We're trying, right? So these are recommendations. We're not saying that everybody should be doing this, but those who are in our nude fast, you're already aware of this, right? So try also refrain from like meal replacements, with the shakes, with the smoothies and whatnot, right? So we are trying to now fortify the spiritual discipline that we've been doing at this final period, right? Because now we are ascending from the Ma'at Heru period, which is now the principle of ascension, but now in the spiritual realm, right? So now we're continuing. This is the last, like I'm saying, the last final one. And we're gonna be starting Handle tomorrow in the rising. So just after sunrise, right? But when we're systemizing it at 6 a.m., we're gonna be collectively paddling. So please, those who want to join us, let me think if I remember top of my head the WhatsApp number, 062 234 2197. But there's a link that we shared on our social post as well. You can just follow the link, it will be added into the group. But if you're in the group last year, please just send a message on the actual number itself, on the actual number, and then we'll add you on the group. And then yeah, so we're refraining from inkonzo yasebusuku. So physical activities, we are retaining our life force, right? The one that spawns from the bottom of our base. We're retaining so semen retention, gonads retention, right? So those juices down there, please retaining them. So we're not expelling them in any manner. We're going to be using this energy, right? We're going to be highly in a meditative period, in a fast period, in a period now where we're preparing for Asa to come in, right? And we spoke in the season gap, right? When we spoke on the season, which is the Pisces season, but we know that the West, they are in the Virgo season. But please do not discard those principles, because as above, so is below. So the north is the south is the north. So don't discard the principles that you know about Virgo, right? So these are two coins of the same coin, right? So I'm a Virgo Pisces, right? Somebody else is a Pisces Virgo. So always look at both hemispheres, né? So yeah, I think I'm done with all the announcements. Né? So let us get into the things that align us with the season in preparation for this first period that we're going into, that final period. So this period, Enaya Nut, begins on the 23rd of August up until the 23rd of September, which you guys have come to know that this is when we are collectively celebrating our new year, right? But we did see already, Hore, the new moon did land, right? That's why I mentioned in the beginning that the nature is not as rigid as we are, but we are just trying to create a system until we have like some sort of a functional parallel thing, and then we can realign properly to the times of nature, right? So but you will see also when we're heading towards D23, you will see as soon as you see the seven sisters, right? Those 7 extra stars, because I mentioned that we've already had our first rains as well. I mentioned that the 3 stars that signal that okay, no, now Asa is coming and rising again. Now we are nearing a point where it's renewal down here in the southern hemisphere. So those 3 stars have appeared to those who do sky gazing, moon gazing, and the likes, right? So from the full moon, things were very interesting, and now we just entered into our new moon. I think nearly 2 days ago. No, 23 exactly. Actually, on the 23rd, that is when Basotho would say Kgosigadi kapa inyanga meyiqala, right? So if we were to be like proper in alignment, right, we would throw away all these systems and saying, no, today kidi one, today kidi ing, and follow, and just all of us be looking at, okay, dina lady di ringi, what time period is the Nile inundated, right? But we'll expand more on these concepts and what do we mean that The Nile is inundated, but we will see. Hi Debu Zulu, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're not having an episode. I was just saying we are postponing our episode that was scheduled for 3 p.m. Today to Wednesday night, to those who've just joined us. But anyway, so that is a period Ronaya Newt, but you will see we're also gonna be having another cosmic event before the 23, right? Where now we are going into you'll see the cosmos as well, where from the 21st of September up until the 23rd, that is now that movement, the complete movement from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere, landing Asawarona, the rebirth that is gonna be happening, right? Asa season Modimo Motala Umvelingangi Harigena into that season, right? But we're already seeing that the greening is already starting, but now when things are gonna be popping will be now in the season, yeah, asa. Then the color, yeah, the season, right? So indigo is a mixture of blue and the purple shades, right? So which denotes to that we're still now in the cosmic realm, in the spiritual realm. So we know that this speaks to, so the color blue, the color indigo combined now speaks to the cosmic life, right? Divination, speaks to renewal, rebirth, right? Now, but now in spirit. That is why I'm saying this is a very, 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 very sacred time, very important time, right? And yeah, and I asked her, okay, let us also retain our juices down there, right? Sacral juices, our semen, our gonads. In the season, we're gonna use this for this ascension that we are seeking, right? And we know that Nut also is the sky goddess, right? Is a representation, yeah, the sky goddess. So that shape that you see that we're gonna expand on Wednesday, right? And then in Mipatlo Nut, there is a place where they say a belly full of stars. And when you see the Milky Way, right? When you see the Milky Way, it looks like a woman who's arched over. So if you've delved a little bit into Kemetic or ancient Egypt literature, this picture you should be familiar with, right? There's grandfather Gep at the bottom, then there's Nut who's arched like this. But on Wednesday, I want us to expand more on Noon, Nut, right? We touched on it last week. Not last week, in the week. We had an episode, Le Mkulu Set Di Selani. Please go check out his episode. Was, yeah, quite an expensive episode. It was long, but please, it was worth it. Please go check it out. But we spoke about correcting these little nitty-gritties, right? That we see in our content in the space that we are here now. But we'll speak more. I just want to close off with that point. Let's just finish all these things. And then we have the gemstone of the season is the lapis lazuli. All right. Lapis lazuli, you'd see when you look at it as well, it looks like it's got little, it looks like the sky basically, right? So it's shades of blue with a little bit of like earthy colors, but speckles, like golden specks. That represent Dinaledi, as above, so as below. So this is the concept that we're going to be delving into on Wednesday. This one, the eye. Okay, we'll speak more. You can ask me on Wednesday, but if you know the all-seeing eye, if you're familiar with the literature that we do here, if you're familiar with Ra, the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus, but eye of Heru. But yeah, we'll expand more on Wednesday if you will be joining us. And then the metal here this season is the aluminium. We'll speak more on that one, what conducts, what doesn't conduct, the stuff that Nut carries, etc., etc. The incense is stork, so one of the ancient ones, you don't really find it, but we'll expand on it, what resin this comes from. And then the incense is the, what's this, ambergris, yes, ambergris. Back in the day, it used to be taken from whales. Yeah, but they're synthetic versions right now, right? But we'll expand more what stork says, what ambergris is. And then the animals that are associated, remember I said with the animals, we look at the characteristics of the animals. So your eels, your frogs, and okay, I forgot the third one, but we're gonna repeat all these things here. I don't think you need these ones to prepare your sacred space, right? And then the tree is sycamore. So your fig tree is part of the sycamore. Your maple, there's a maple sycamore. So if you've seen like the Leaf Air Canada, something like that. So those who are getting the cosmic packs, thank you so much to those who have ordered. They will be delivered now, and those on the membership. Thank you as well. But yes, you should also be receiving your packs in the week. Then What else? Yes. So those are the things that I oh sycamore, yes, sycamore. So the fig tree is also part of the sycamore tree. So you can use that. I think a lot of people like Baba a little bit baffled. What do I do with this thing? So you can use this, right? You can grind it up. You can use it as something to bath with. You can just leave it there comme ça mahago for representation. You can use it to make teas, right? So everything. So remember that the ancients, they never did a thing just for J, right? So there's always a reason why something is done in a certain way. Just like how nature always leaves blueprint, right? You would see, okay, a kidney bean shaped like what? A kidney. So meaning that it's good for the kidney. Tomato shaped like the heart, meaning that it's good for the heart. So nature always leaves these little clues, right? But yeah, I don't want to expand too much on that one. But yeah, we will expand more, and I think we don't have any questions in the comment section. If you do have anything to ask regarding the fast that we're going into, we're starting tomorrow at 6 a.m. Please do join us on our WhatsApp group. Yeah, so as much as we'll be preparing right for the new year, but please, if you need help with like manifestations and stuff like that, please do reach out. And then yeah, we've covered everything so far. Please get your event tickets. Thank you so much to those who've secured the tickets. If you want to crowdfund, we do have the crowdfund link. I'm gonna send it here. And then this episode that was dedicated for today, it will be moving to Wednesday in the evening, South African time, 6 p.m. South African time. I share Anken Ma'at. Happy new season. Yeah, please, highest form of purity. So we mentioned no, oh, the other stuff I forgot to mention. So please try refrain also from mind altering substances. So if you're using psychedelics, please, this is the time now to engage with those psychedelic substances in a spiritual manner, right? Especially as Rona Stona as. Thank you, Eugene. So Stona, as we're gonna be now engaging with the plant in a very sacred manner, not recreationally like we do. So if you're using psychedelics, please let's just have that reverence in this period up until the new year, right? And then please let's also try refrain from substances that lower our vibration. Alcohol is top of the list, right? So please, if it's not a medical need, and also lay your diet. Now, if you can't go for hours without eating due to medical reasons, please, just make that spiritual pact with yourself, right? But we're gonna be holding space for each other. Others have already joined the WhatsApp group. To those who are yet to join, I'll share it in this description box here, and then hopefully you'll see it before tomorrow. But please get those things that align you guys with the season and with your stones. I'm a gemstone girly. What about weed? So weed, yes. Please engage with the cannabis plant, right? So you and I, and yeah, I'm assuming it's it's you as also I and yourself. We're gonna be engaging with the plant in a sacred manner, right? So it's not a matter of oh my gosh, I can't see. Like now, you're gonna be engaging with the plant. You're gonna talk to the plant. You're gonna be asking for medicinal or healing properties from the plant. You're gonna respect the plant, revere the plant right now, right? So it's not a force of habit that we need to be engaging Guyana in this time, right? Yeah, so stoners like us, right? So please, let us be cognizant of our engagement leather plant, right? And like I said, yeah, if you're gonna be on our fast with us, right? Yeah, 12 hours. So from sunrise to sunset. Yeah, please, if you've got medical conditions or medical health requirements, please do not strain yourself. But right now we are going into a like Heru mode, right? We're going now final ascension. But if we don't have any questions regarding Newt, anything to say about my art, we will meet on Wednesday, right? But please do get your indigo yeah, color representation. So I have different shades of indigo, so remember also leave these shades. So get your blue shades, your purple shades, you should be safe, right? So if you still have your candles from the my art season, which were violet, please, you can continue with them. But to those who have got the cosmic packs, yeah, we'll make sure we get the indigo color for that resonance, right? We're trying to be in frequency with nature. But if we don't have any questions, I will be closing. I'll give it 10 seconds. But Makosi, all the best. And especially if you're going to sacred lands, please do engage with this fast as well. Yeah, recoupling our vibration, our kundalinis, and yeah, all the good. Okay, so my 10 seconds up. We don't have any questions, ne? We answered cannabis. We answered our all-seeing eye. What else? Okay, no other questions, ne? Makosi, Ank and Ma'at, we do apologize for postponing the live here today, but please would like full engagement. Le Kgosigadi, you've seen her; she's an amazing host, right? Sunlit. I'm gonna share her channel as well. Please go check her out as well. Let us hold space for each other. Keep our heart area clear, still, and pure, right? The heart must be lighter than the feather, right? Or as light as the feather. But Ankan Ma'at, happy today, happy new season. Let us go into this final ascension period and just observe everything around us as much as we're building within, but so within as within, so without, as above, so as below. So we're going to be speaking about Nut and Noon, Nunet and Nut. Physical manifestation, the different densities. Why is one air? Why is one water? And why is water and air the same thing? Why is umkati, right, part of Nut, yes, and Noon too. Nut, you know, why amazga kulukulwane are part of Noon or Nut, you know, interchangeably. Thokozani, beautiful mama Butho in Rodiport. Sabonga Kesha. Please join us on Wednesday. So qhubeka ngale nkulumo lena. See, I'm mixing my languages. So qhubeka ngale nkulumo on Wednesday 6 p.m. Please do join us. To those who won't be able to join us, yeah, please do rewatch the episodes. But siyabonga kakhulu, riyaleboga. This was a Botswana episode again. Re leboge bagolo, re leboge le re letlele. Postpone event ya rona. But see you guys on Wednesday, right? Happy today, happy new season. Prepare your msamos, cleanse if you need to cleanse before going into the season. Whether you're gruma, you're kat, you're palaza, doing the whole treatment, please do those things. Ashe.